Hey guys, welcome back. We have got a new smartphone, Realme C12, and today we are going to see a quick unboxing and the full review of this smartphone. Last month on July, Realme launched their latest upgraded budget smartphone, Realme C11. Now we have the Realme C12. Let's see how is this phone overall. So before we jump to the Realme C12, since it is a sort of predecessor to Realme C12, it is good to see how good, how bad was this phone. I was just checking the review on the Flipkart of this phone, and I was quite surprised to see like so many people are buying, especially budget smartphone. And I assume that those reviews were genuine and authentic, even though there may be some percentage of reviews which are fake. But 4.4 star rated and 65,000 plus reviews. So that is technically very huge number, especially within a 1 month of duration and when phone is still out of stock. So it got a lot of good review. So how was this phone overall? So if you're a first time smartphone buyer, it gives you a lot of good thing, like especially big display, you got the big battery, you can talk a lot of number of time, and it has a G series processor from the MediaTek, so which is basically designed for gaming, and you can play a good amount of game there. But couple of things I don't like on this phone, especially 2 GB RAM in 2020 is really very less. At least there should be 3 or 4 GB RAM, because that is bare minimum. Not even you are playing game, but having more amount of RAM will always give you benefit, like you can do a lot of better multitasking and so many things you can do. Okay, there was no fingerprint sensor, even though there is a face unlock, but it is unsafe, and every time pushing a button is really inconvenient. Okay, so now we have the Realme C12 and couple of problems have been fixed. Let's see how this phone overall. And in the box, you're not going to get any case as you have seen on the unboxing. Okay, so here's the phone, and the color of the name of this color is Power Blue. Power means they are giving you really a big battery. Okay, now we have a fingerprint sensor which was not there up till until now on any of the Realme C series devices. This is Realme C2, Realme C3, Realme C11, C12, and you can see the year trend 2018, 19, then we have 2020, the square boxy camera design. Okay, and fingerprint sensor works faster. I mean, it's okay. You cannot complain it, because this is a very budget device, right? Also, if you just take a look on the closer look on the overview, it designs exactly in the similar way, like the buttons are slightly inside. Volume, power, on the bottom you have micro USB and a single speaker, headphone jack. This is your calling mic, and there is no noise cancellation mic, obviously. Triple camera setup, and followed by a LED flash inside the camera module. I mean, combined with the camera module, you have a big earpiece and you have a front camera of 5 megapixel. Now there is a big battery, 6000 milliamps battery, so it may feel slightly heavy because it is 206 gram, but seeing the 2020 trend, we are getting at least 5000 milliamps battery, and 6000 is now getting trend. So phones are getting bigger, getting heavier day by day, so you got to use to it. And like, I'm moving inside, let's talk about the display. So I have 3 smartphones here, and I'm sure a lot of you guys won't be able to figure out which one is C3, which one is C11, which one is C12. Technically all of them having same kind of display. So if you have already used any of the Realme C series, so that display is pretty common for you. So I'm just going to tell you, this is the Realme C3. By looking the color you can decide, but here it is very confusing. Okay, so this is the Realme C11, this is the Realme C12. So this is the 6.5 inches display, this is HD plus display. And about the display quality, I mean, see guys, this is a super budget phone. It's really impossible you can expect a full HD display, or you can expect around 500 nits of brightness. It's very difficult to get, especially around 7 to 8,000 rupees of budget Indian currency. Okay, but how about the display quality overall? Now I am looking the display inside. If you're using indoor, display is quite okay. You can easily view all the contents, viewing angles are good, and display is okay. It's not very bright, but I think it's acceptable level, not the poorest. We have seen the worst display, but this is a good display, especially considering the budget. Getting inside, let's take a look on the software too. So this is the Realme UI, and if you just go to the about phone section, you can see the about phone tab, and how phone is performing, function, you can also visualize and feel. This phone comes with 3 gigs of RAM compared to the C11, which was having just 2 gigs of RAM, 32 gigabytes of internal storage, and you can add an SD card too, followed by 2 dual SIM cards, 4G VoLTE plus 256 gigabytes of RAM, and face unlock is also very quick. So this UI is simple, getting better day by day. Every time they are adding some new feature, and also this time we have got a very new feature. So you got this screen recording. There is a direct Google Assistant button. If you just click it, it will activate the Google Assistant. Yes, and you can also just do site from here. I think it, okay, I have used the button, so that's why it's not activating. But yeah, you can activate Google Assistant with so many ways. And there's a flashlight, there is a eye comfort, power saving mode, we'll talk about that, do not disturb, and so many things were there. There is no ads so far, like the annoying shitty ads we see in some brands. It looks clean, and every time we get a lot of updates. And it is as of now running the July 5 security patch. And about the software frequency update, I can say in every 2 months, in a frequency on an average, we get some updates here. So currently it is having the July security patch. Hopefully you should get the August or September security patch level very soon. Okay. Now there is even cool feature added in this phone, which is the super power saving mode. Okay. So here it is the super power saving mode. So if you activate it, you will be only able to use only 6 applications at a time, right? So as you can see, it's completely black now. That means saving a lot of batteries. By default, you get the dialer, messages, and the clock, and you have options to where you can add 3 more applications. For example, I like to use Twitter a lot, so I'm fine with that. You cannot use any other application. It is just limited to only this 6 set of basic application. And if you want to exit, you just have to press here. It will ask you prompt, and you can exit from super power saving mode. So brightness was reduced. So if you are in dying battery situation, you get a lot of stuff. I will share my battery stats in the battery section very soon. Okay, so moving further, let's talk about the camera of this phone. This phone has a triple camera. It's a new trend. First main camera is 13 megapixel, followed by there's a black and white sensor, and now we have a third macro lens. So I am more worried and concerned about the main camera sensor. So you can check out the quality on different lighting situation. So currently I'm taking photographs outdoor with just auto default mode. I just did the focus lock on the object I'm taking photographs, which you should do if you're using a budget phone. And photographs are very clear, slightly more vibrant than you actually see on the real life, but photographs looks good, especially on the social media when there is already a lot of compression going on. If you just try to share photos from one platform to other, so it's very good. So photographs are all very clear if you are taking photograph on very direct, bright lighting condition. And if you just go to inside where you have normal in your offices, in your home, again photos are very clear. Little bit of sharpness issues there, especially on the corner side, you can feel, but overall in a general casual look, photographs are very good. And moving to the complete low light, yeah, since it's a budget phone, you cannot expect a lot of great quality there. You will see a lot of noise, but you have the night mode option to take some better photographs there. And about the video, you can fill the 1080p 30 frame per second video. That won't be stabilized, but yeah, you have a video capability up to 1080p 30 frame per second, which you can fill with that. Moving to the front camera, here you will get the 5 megapixel front camera. Let's see how's the quality. So this is the front camera sample. This is 5 megapixel camera. Photographs are okay, especially colors are natural, but it's not very sharp because the megapixel is less. 5 is just average. There should be at least 8 megapixel. Okay, and also the background colors are coming fine here, as you can see, and all things are coming natural. And about the portrait effects, some bit of hair smoothing has been done, but overall it looks good. And by default there will be some beautification mode on, so you make sure to turn it off, and I have actually turned it off. This phone comes with a 6000 milliamp battery, and I'm just going to tell you guys my experience. Last phone we reviewed was the Samsung Galaxy M31s. That phone has an AMOLED display and 6000 milliamp battery. So my usage was like the way I use the phone, I do social stuffs like reading a lot of Twitter, watching some videos, and playing some games, and taking a lot of photographs, and doing all these kinds of stuff, Instagram, and so basic casual things, sometime calling, testing, like you guys do. So Galaxy M31s gave me around 2 to 3 days of mixed usage, battery backup in my mixed usage. But here I'm using this phone from more than 4 days now, and still I have a lot of juice left. As you can see, if I just go to the battery section, here you can see I have 24% battery left. And like I told you, I use the phone in a mixed way, so it's still going on. I just charged it 3 days, 9 hours before, and I connected with the LTE and Wi-Fi too. So on the summary, if you're a casual user, you can easily get at least 3 days, 3 to 4 days. If you're a very, very heavy user, you should definitely get 2 days plus battery backup, like you're playing a lot of games. Okay. In the box, you will get a 10-watt charger, which can charge your phone with a micro USB, and it's going to take around 3 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours to charge your phone completely. Now let's talk about the performance of the Realme C12. The Realme C11 has the MediaTek G35 processor followed by 2 gigs of RAM. Now on the Realme C12, you're getting the similar processor, but you are having an extra amount of RAM. If you go to the about phone, you can see there is a 3 gigs of RAM variant. So it comes with 332 storage. So that means you have extra amount of RAM, which should give you slightly better performance. So how's the application launching, closing? You guys can check. Some application launch very faster, some take a little bit of time, for example gallery, but still this processor is decent. It does very well. I mean, few applications takes time, few opens quickly. Since this is a basic processor, G35 is not a very high-end processor designed especially for super budget phones, but still here it does very well. It's very smooth, it's very fluid. There should be some option of having 4 gigs of RAM. That's why you can go to the Realme C15. That one has a 4 gigs of RAM, but here it just does well. As you can see, it performs fine. I mean, and about the gaming, this device comes with a G series, which is specially designed for gaming, and we have already seen how the PUBG works on the MediaTek G35. If you play standard PUBG, there will be some lag. Definitely this is not the fastest processor designed for the gaming. There are some lags, and the graphics setting using, you can see you have the maximum of the balanced graphics followed by the medium frame rate. So better you select the lowest as possible and select the colorful mode. And if you play PUBG Lite, it will perform flawlessly. There won't be any issues, but on the PUBG there will be few lags. Okay guys, so that's been it. This is the Realme C12 full review. Couple of things which were missing on the Realme C11, like the fingerprint, extra amount of RAM has been added here. On the bonus, you have the 6000 milliamp battery. Processor is, I will say, okay, not the fastest, but this is the budget phone. Certainly you cannot expect a high-end graphics processor here. It just get your job done. It just performs well. Okay guys, so that's been it for the Realme C12. Do let me know your thoughts also. How's this phone overall? Thanks for watching. This is Saurabh. Have a great day.